Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Six Lands Travel Weekly Travel Update.
Now, this is the first one ever.
Well, you're right. It is the first ever weekly travel update. And what we're trying to do is, with all the confusion out there with travel and restrictions from this pandemic, we just want to go through the six lands, or maybe seven or eight, however many, and talk about some notable restrictions and places that maybe you can go. And then we also got some ideas. What do you think, Stephen? There are some ideas on where people can go in order to enjoy themselves and finally get away. What do you think?
Disney World in Florida.
Disney World in Florida. When we get to North America, we can sure as heck talk about it. But let's start off on the other side of the pond. Let's go to England. So I'm going to share this screen with you guys, and we got a little presentation for you. And as part of that presentation, we're going to go through the lands. All right, so notable travel restrictions in Europe. Belgium has banned non-essential travel through March 1st, 2021. You know how many people can go there, Stephen?
No. How many?
None. Maybe just Belgian people, not even EU people are allowed. Italy, most foreign nationals are restricted through March the 5th. Maybe March 6th they can go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cruises are just getting ready to pick back up over there. I think Costa announced that they're going to start cruising again with two of their ships.
Fun.
Yeah. United Kingdom is under lockdown. All travelers must present a COVID-19 test, and they have to self-isolate 10 days upon arrival. So if you want to go sit in a hotel room for 10 days and maybe look out the window, get a good hotel room, we can help you hook that up. But
nice.
Sometimes room service gets old after about 4 days. Just saying. All right. So then in the European Union, most of the countries are restricting entry to only European Union members anyway. So, it's going to be kind of tough right now to go, but I think things are going to loosen up. What do you think, Stephen?
Sure, I guess so.
Yeah, okay. Well, here's some ideas for Europe. What do we got there, Stephen? What do you think?
There you go. Well, right now, 6 days travel is going to have a 2022 Ancient Rome, Greece, Sea, and Land Tour.
Oh, what do you want to do on that? Because this is a guided tour that we're doing. So what do you want to do on that tour?
I can learn about Italians and Romans.
Italians, Romans. Well, we're going to be in Rome and Italy. Yeah, sure. And Greece. Grecians. Are they Grecians? There's a formula out there. Grecian formula is good for your hair, I think. So, but we're gonna live it up. We're gonna have a couple days in Rome. We're gonna tour around Rome, and then we're gonna hop on a wonderful, beautiful, modern cruise ship, and we're gonna have a day at sea. We're gonna stop 4 days, 4 different islands in Greece, and then we're gonna have a day in Croatia. And then we're going to head back up the coast of Italy, stopping in Sicily, and we're going to hit Pisa. It's just going to be a wonderful trip. And you have the option to add 2 more days at the end to catch anything in Rome that you didn't catch the first time. So what a great trip. You can reach out to us, and we can get you in on that group right now. And it's for 2022. Departure is... the dates in Europe will be June 18th through July the 2nd of 2022. We also have a really good deal going right now in Ireland.
What?
I know. Luck of the Irish. What are we going to do? Ireland, Britain, Iceland, and Italy. Small group departures and their guided tours. Only $99 deposits. You can save up to $1,632 per couple with their 10% off promotion. And if you book by March 31st, 2021, you'll get this deal. You just have to travel this year by December 31st, 2021.
At 11:59:59.
11:59.
59.
You better be done. You better be done by then. Well, let's see where we're going to move to next.
I don't know.
Let's go to Africa.
Whoa.
Well, amazingly enough, we've got Botswana. Great place to visit. Right now, pretty decent to get in. You have to have a negative PCR test 72 hours prior to arrival, not departure for Botswana, but arrival into Botswana. So you're gonna have to do a quick test because of flight times if you're gonna go over. Egypt, you have to have a negative PCR test within 72 hours of arrival as well. And Kenya, you have to have a negative PCR test within 96 hours of arrival. So that's a little bit better. They give you an extra day to really get it up because it takes a day to travel to Kenya. It's a long flight. It's a long flight to Kenya. And then you have to do, you're going to take some naps and eat and maybe work and play some cards and nap again. It's going to be great.
Watch a few movies.
Oh, there'll be a movie involved.
Yeah.
Probably something not from 2020, hopefully. Online health surveillance form, we got to fill that out as well. And that's pretty easy to get in. Not too bad. South Africa, same thing, negative PCR test but this one's within 72 hours of departure. So about the same as what you're looking at for Kenya, because the travel time. So now you're 72 hours prior to departure versus 72 hours prior to arrival. You do have to have a proof of accommodation. So where you're going to go, you need to be ready to give them, hey, this is my hotel, so they know where you're at, that you're coming. And you have to have international health insurance that has COVID-19 coverage before you can even come into the country. And Tanzania, boy, if you want to hit up the Serengeti and get to Kilimanjaro, man, no restrictions. Both just go right down in there. I would definitely say that's going to be a highlight. And Stephen's going to tell us a little bit about that. Because when we talk about special savings with Africa, we're talking about
the 6th Annual Travel 2021 Private East African Safari.
That's right.
We're going to have luxury tent camps and resorts.
Oh, they're fine resorts. We upgraded 2 resorts today. Our arrival hotel has now moved to a Crown Plaza at Nairobi Airport. It gives us a shorter commute, a little bit more luxurious stay. And if we have our IHG program cards, we get our points as well. And then the end of the tour in Zanzibar, we upgraded from the Sands, which was a more boutique resort, only 20 rooms to stay in. They were going through a renovation, and so we upgraded everybody to a 5-star resort. It's got 135 rooms, beautiful, huge pool. It's right on the water. Swim up bar. I can't wait to get there and wash the dust off of the safari.
That sounds really fun.
How many days is that safari, Stephen?
That safari is
14 days.
14 days?
It's 14 days, Stephen?
14 days?
Whoa, it's 14 days.
I didn't know it was
14 days. We depart the United States on June the 19th, arriving on June 20th into Nairobi, and we depart Nairobi on July the 3rd, the night of. We got wonderful places. We're going to be staying at Amboseli National Park in the national park. Where the tenant camp there is right at the base, as you can see here on this picture, right at the base of Kilimanjaro. This picture was taken from the camp. We're going to be going up to Lake Naivasha. Lake Naivasha, we got a hippo boat ride planned for everybody. Go out and look for hippos, looking at fish eagles. The resort that we're going to stay out there is just absolutely gorgeous. Giraffes and zebras, they just come right up to our back porch of each of our rooms. Fantastic accommodations. Then we move off to the Ashland Mara camp in the Masai Mara, and we're right on the river, on the Mara River. And this is when the Great Migration is coming through with 1.5 million wildebeest going to be pouring up through there. And you know what's going to be watching them cross the river, Stephen? Who's acting as a crossing guard?
It's going to be the lions, alligators, and them big old hippos.
Lions and crocodiles will definitely be helping them things across the water, especially the young ones and the weak ones. They're going to help them swim across at some point, somehow, shape, or form. It's going to be exciting. And then after a few days there, and with one thing that you can upgrade on the package is you can get a hot air balloon sunrise ride. so you can go out at sunrise and be right up in a hot air balloon during the sunrise on the safari. It's gonna be fantastic.
And then after that, you get lunch and then one game drive.
Absolutely, and we're game drives every day that we're out there. So then we drive down to Tanzania. We swap out vehicles because for some reason it's not up to me, but Kenyan drivers are not allowed to drive in Tanzania. Tanzania drivers are not allowed to drive in Kenya. And sometimes I think Florida drivers should not probably be allowed to drive anywhere outside of Florida. But that's just us. What do you think?
I'm pretty sure you're right about the last part.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure about the first two.
Well, we're going to head to Serengeti National Park in Tanzania. We're going to spend 2 nights in the central Serengeti camp, right in the heart of the Serengeti Park. And then we're going to Ngorongoro Crater for a night of luxury, overlooking the crater. This is the birthplace of the migration. So every year, this is where they come to give birth. It's going to be fantastic. And after a night of relaxation, washing everything down, sleeping in a good bed, we hop on an airplane to Zanzibar to sit on the beach for 3 days to relax and get our stress all out of our system before we go back to Nairobi for a quick tour of the city, dinner, and flights back home. Does that sound like fun for you, Stephen?
Yes.
And how much would you pay for something like this?
I would pay $4,500 per adult.
You would pay $4,500 per adult. But if you're going outside of 6 Lanes Travel, you'd be paying $12,000, $13,000 a person.
What?
That's crazy, I know. Okay. So let's move on. I know you guys want to do this. You're looking forward to this safari. Reach out to us, Brian at 6lanestravel.com, or give us a call on our phone, 1-844-749-5263. That's 1-844-6LANDS to take advantage of this. We have a few spots left. This has been a hot seller. Let's talk Asia. Asia's a hot mess, as we all know. China, all foreign passport holders are restricted except if you have Hong Kong, Macau, or Taiwan. Hong Kong, all foreign passport nationals passport holders are blocked out except nationals from China and Taiwan and Macau. And India is currently restricting entry of foreign nationals, but it should be loosening pretty soon. Japan, you may be denied entry in Japan. They have some special conditions that apply. If you're moving to Japan, like you're a dependent for someone, then you can move in. But you have to have a negative PCR test when you arrive. You have to have a mandatory 14-day quarantine. And you pledge that you will not ride public transportation. So Asia, our specials there are most of Asia is completely closed, and we're not really focusing on it at this time. Even Vietnam is closed. I was really looking forward to a nice cruise up the Mekong River, but that's not happening at this time.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun, not being able to go to Asia.
I know we missed our trip last year. It was going to be fantastic. We were going to cruise from Hong Kong to Shanghai, all the way up the coast of Japan, and come back out at Tokyo. What 3 things can we hit in Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Tokyo, Stephen?
Hong Kong Disneyland, Shanghai Disneyland, and Tokyo Disneyland.
You're right. We could have hit all 3 of them. Oh, COVID.
And then we could also, and since we just renewed our Disney World, passes, and we already hit Disneyland France, we could have just head over to California and just hit them all in 1 year.
COVID. All right, let's talk Australia and Antarctica.
The place is down under.
Oh, it's down under, all right. And Australia has restrictions to all foreign nationals with the exception of New Zealand nationals. Fiji, all foreign nationals that are not residents cannot come in. French Polynesia, completely closed to tourism. New Zealand, Australia and New Zealand nationals only. Sounds familiar, huh? Tuvalu has closed their borders completely. They don't want anybody coming in. Nobody's going to Tuvalu, so if you want to dive, you have to come by boat and never touch the waters. And Antarctica, there's really no tourist restriction in Antarctica right now, but the 2020-2021 season is almost over because, right now it's Antarctic summer and it's getting ready to get dark and cold there soon.
Yeah, Matt.
But We got some specials. Let's talk specials.
What?
I know right now, this is going on right now. Aurora Expeditions has 30% up to 30% off of their early bird 2022-2023 cruises. This is fantastic. They've got a lot of different itineraries. These people are pretty much everything's thrown in with it. You can do a few little upgrades. But if you ever want to sleep on the ice of Australia, they'll take you out camping. If you want to learn about photography of ice and these wonderful birds, they'll take you out and teach you how to do that. They have specials. They have experts that do that. They bring glaciologists along. They bring animal zoologists along. They give you lectures. They teach you everything about these wonderful things. And the ships are two of the most advanced expedition ships ever built.
Really?
One hasn't even seen service yet. It has not seen service. It will come into service this fall for the 2021-2022 Antarctic season.
Wow.
They're gorgeous, small ships. Fantastic. Really highly recommend. And if you don't want to make the trip across the strait from South America to Antarctica, they have a flying cruise. So you can catch a flight from South America and go straight down into Antarctica and get on the ship there and save the rougher waters. South America, speaking of South America, we do have some notable travel restrictions here. Argentina is restricted for most foreign travelers. So that's going to hurt your Australia for this year because of it. Brazil, negative PCR test and a health declaration. Other than that, Brazil is wide open. Come on and party. Chile, tourism is open. You have to have a negative PCR test. You have to have a sanitary passport and proof of health insurance policy. And you are subject to quarantine. There's no guarantee that you will be quarantined or will not be quarantined. It's a 10-day quarantine if you are selected. And then at day 7, you can PCR test out again to cut a few days off of it. But Chile is coming up a wonderful time of year. Right now in Chile, the crops are coming in. I was there about this time myself in 1998, and it was just a beautiful time. They were making the wines. The markets were just gorgeous. The weather was fantastic because it's coming on their fall, and great time to be there in Chile. And then on the colder nights you can go up to Las Termas de Chillán, and there's thermal. There's some good skiing up there on the mountains, and there's good hydrothermal pools there that you can soak in. It's a great time. Falkland Islands, they're currently closed, all non-resident travelers. So another thing that would kind of dampen your Antarctic cruise, because you might want to take the longer one and head over to Falklands because they're gorgeous. In Peru, you have to have a negative PCR test within 72 hours of travel and an affidavit of a health form. So if you're ready to see Machu Picchu, now's a good time. There's not a lot of people going. We can hook you up with that. And that is a great time to go. It's not too hot now. It's not too cold. It's going to be a really nice time to get to Peru. Now, for South America, one of the savings that we got, this is a little something funny. What do you think, Stephen?
Hey.
This is a G Adventures 18 to 30 somethings. This is a Galapagos snorkeling and sea lions adventure. It is 9 days from Quito to Quito, and it starts at $1,359 using the 15% off promotion right now. What a great deal. $1,359 Galapagos. That is just fantastic. That is a product that should sell itself. It is definitely made for the younger generation. So maybe me, I'm not so much on it, but I like camping with the Scouts. So this might be okay with me as well.
Yeah.
The Caribbean, some notable travel restrictions. Aruba is open to all travelers. We went at Christmas. Woo! Yay, Christmas.
Beautiful island.
Wonderful island. Great people. Very nice. They PCR test everybody within 72 hours of arrival. If you don't have the test when you get in there, they PCR test you, and you have to quarantine for 6 to 8 hours till they get the test results. It's very fast, very efficient. We know we had to do it ourselves. They have an electronic ED card that you have to have approved in advance. Very easy to do. You fill out on the app, and they give you a green check mark that you show at the airport. They let you get on the plane. And you have to have the Aruba COVID-19 insurance policy, which was really pretty affordable, $25, $35 a person. Kids are free or cheaper. Guadalupe is open to tourism. You have to have a negative PCR test within 72 hours of travel, international travel certificate, and you are subject to just regular medical screening. So Guadalupe, a beautiful island. I've had some wonderful pictures from there. Anybody wants to see them, I can share them with you. We were there in 2018 over Christmas. So great island, great people. It's part of France. So you can actually go to France without going to France. So Jamaica, also open for tourism, a negative PCR or antigen test within 10 days of arrival. It doesn't get any easier than this. It's the cheapest test out there and the longest duration I've seen of any of the countries. That's very doable. You may be subject to retest and quarantine upon arrival. That's up to them. If you take the test, you just have to wait until you get your passing results, and then they free you up. Bahamas, negative PCR test within 5 days of arrival, and a travel health visa is all they require. So Caribbean specials, what we got here?
Yeah, Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Montego Bay, Jamaica. I spent my honeymoon in I'm not going to go back that far, but I spent my honeymoon in a beautiful resort in Montego Bay.
Wow.
I know, right? And so we have a 4-star all-inclusive resort, 4 nights with airport transfers from $775 air inclusive per person. That is great. Great price. Royal Caribbean right now through the 21st. So we got 3 days. You got 3 days to get this out. $450 off and 60% off second guest on select sailings. You can hit all the Caribbean with that. That is fantastic. Matter of fact, with those savings like that, 60% off the second person, you can pay for 1 cruise just about and get 2 cruises with back to back. So go Eastern Caribbean, Western Caribbean. Fantastic idea. So we hope that you guys are really looking forward to North America. North America, we got some notable travel restrictions. Canada is restricted to most everything. They don't want you here. They don't want they said, hey, no, don't come. Costa Rica is open for tourism. They have a health pass that's required within 48 hours prior to flight. Travel insurance for COVID-19 coverage. Mexico is open for tourism. Land border is closed. You have to fly in. And then health screening upon arrival. But they want you there. I have sat in on training after training and meeting after meeting with the people in Mexico, and they are so excited to have us back. And they are doing everything they can to support us, and then supporting us on the return back with in-hotel testing so that we can meet our requirements to come back to the United States. It's all been worked out. They're doing a fantastic job. Panama, they have a negative PCR test within 48 hours of flight, and you have to complete an online health declaration form. So a lot of great options still coming up. And here right now with North America, you want Cancun, you want Puerto Vallarta, you want Los Cabos. We've been to all of those. I can tell you right now, you get up to $500 air credits at select premium resorts. And those include Dreams Tulum. You don't want to go down to Tulum? How about Secrets Divine in Cancun? How about Secrets Vallarta Bay? Dreams Los Cabos? One of my best friends was married there. What a great, beautiful resort. This guy, he learned how to play chess at that place. $500 air credit going into there. So look, we look forward to hearing from you guys. We hope that you can come on in here and just visit us and give us a call. Let us know what you'd like to do. Let us know if you're wanting something, looking for something. We can help you. We can make it happen. We've got options to get out there, to get you out. If not this year, if you don't want this year, not comfortable this year, let's start thinking next year, because it's going to get busy fast. They got restrictions on the number of people on cruise ships. They got restrictions on the number of people in these resorts. And so right now, Stephen, I think is a time to buy, or it's going to be really expensive when you're ready.
I think you're right.
All right. Look, this is Brian Tolley and Stephen Tolley with Six Lands Travel, and we're reaching out to tell you thank you for listening to our weekly travel update, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye.